Teacup. What the heck is it? This is a really great movement for shoulder mobility because it takes our arm through so many planes of motion and puts our shoulder through a huge amount of range of motion. It's also a nice little drill to have a little fun with your body, right? Just to see what happens through it. So if you experience shoulder discomfort or tight overhead positions, this teacup can be a nice drill for you to use to start to gain some more freedom of motion through this big old shoulder joint. So, what do? We start with something simple. You don't actually have to use a teacup here. You can use a block, as I have here, or a book, or just something to give you a reference of where your arm is in space and what's happening, right? It helps to keep us a little bit more honest. So, we're gonna stand tall. We start by extending that block out in front of you. And this isn't just a passive reach. We're engaged. We're sitting up tall, proud chest. Pec is squeezed tight. I even got a little bit of a squeeze from the lat. If you can't feel that right away, don't worry about it. That'll come with time. It's a little bit more of an advanced cue. So we're going to start to press out here. We bring it all the way up and around. Now here's this big chest opener here. And then as we get to this end range, we're going to start to serve that block behind you. So we've got this external rotation that happens at the shoulder, and we're going to come into what I call the haircut from back to front. So I'm just going to shave the top of my head. Again, that block stays up. If this were your teacup, you wouldn't want that to spill. So as we finish that haircut, we start to bring that block out in front of you again. Now you can see I'm internally rotated here. My shoulder has gone with me, and my trunk has rotated a little bit. And that's good, because we get this mobility out of the shoulder blade as well. So again, we sweep out, and we're coming into this low spiral now. So I'm going to bring that block through, and now if I need to move to get out of the way, that's totally fine. And we bring it all the way back around, okay? So we'll go through that a little bit faster here. We're bringing it all the way up and around. So this is a spiral that's high, our high spiral. Bring it way back like you're about to chuck this block at someone. Haircut back to front. Bring it in front of you. Now we swing it around to finish up our low spiral. Bring that through. Notice I've adjusted my wrist here. My body is out of the way. And we come forward. One more time, nice and quick. Out and around. Wind up for the pitch. We've got our haircut from back to front. Serve it back to people out in front of you. Bring it all the way around. And come on through. Right there, I feel some nice heat building up in my shoulder, but we're not quite done yet because we want to reverse the action so we get all of those ranges in a different fashion, right? So to reverse it, we're going to bring it back to you. We're going to start to point the fingertips towards your ribs. Elbow spins out. So there's that internal rotation again at the head of the humerus. I'm going to serve this back behind me like you're giving a low five to your friend behind you. And then we're circling it around. Good. Now we're winding up for our high spiral here. So now I'm going to give that haircut front to back. Back of the palm just shaves the head. Wind up for that pitch. And bring it around. All right, so 2 more times. We draw the elbow in. Bring the fingertips in towards the ribs as the elbow points out. We give that high five to your friend behind you, or your low five, I should say. Big swing around, high spiral, haircut, front to back. And we finish around one more time for good measure. Draw it in, fingertips graze the ribs, low five behind you. Swing it all the way around. Here comes that high spiral haircut. Zzz, front to back. Wind up for the pitch, straighten it out. And there we go. All right, so a couple things to know. Whatever you're using, resist the urge to grip into the block, right? Because it's easy to cheat and get a little wonky, and we're not getting that full movement out of the rest of the body that makes this movement so beneficial. So, flat palm, not gripping with the pinky and the thumb. Another thing to note, as you get better with this movement, as we go around, try to stay controlled through the ribs. So if we're back here, we're not letting the ribs poke out too much. We can use the abdominal wall to stay heavy through the lowest ribs so that we're really using the mobility through the shoulder. Okay? Those are the 2 points. Give it a try. It can be really fun. You don't need any implement to do it, but it's a nice way to train the action. To progress this movement, you could simply use a second block. You could use a 2 to 5 pound dumbbell, just adding weight to that movement. Again, we're moving slowly and we're moving mindfully. Let me know how that works for you. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. Hopefully those shoulders stay happy. Thanks.